இன்னைக்கு chapter 2 biological classification. First one. Dash was the earliest to attempt a scientific basis of classification. Aristotle. 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 Aristotle classified plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs. Trees, shrubs, and herbs. Trees, shrubs, and herbs. He divided animals into dash number of groups, one with dash and one that did not. Had red blood and those that did not. Had red blood and those that did not. Had red blood and those that did not. In Linnaeus' time, dash kingdom system of classification was used. Two, two, two. The two kingdom system of classification did not distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic. Prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic. Prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic. The two kingdom system of classification was totally based on mode of nutrition, presence or absence of cell wall. Mode of nutrition, presence or absence of cell wall. Mode of nutrition, presence or absence of cell wall. In two kingdom classification, the bacteria was included under animals. False. It was under plants. It was included under plants. False. It was included under plants. Monera cell wall is made up of dash and dash. Polysaccharide and amino acid. Polysaccharide and amino acid. Polysaccharide and amino acid. Monera show autotrophic nutrition by acting as a chemosynthetic and photosynthetic bacteria. Chemosynthetic and photosynthetic bacteria. Chemosynthetic and photosynthetic bacteria. Monera show heterotrophic nutrition acting as a saprophytic and parasitic bacteria. Saprophytic and parasitic bacteria. Saprophytic and parasitic bacteria. Cellulose is present in cell wall of fungi. False. Chitin is present. False. Chitin is present. False. Chitin is present. Mode of nutrition in fungi is saprophytic and parasitic. Saprophytic and parasitic. Saprophytic and parasitic. All protists don't contain a cell wall. All protists don't contain a cell wall. False. This one answer on the false. Because some protists have cell wall. Loose tissue body of organization is present in fungi. 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 Monerons cannot be saprophytic. False. They can be saprophytic. False. They can be saprophytic. False. They can be saprophytic. Photosynthetic mode of nutrition is present in dash kingdom. Animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Saprophytic mode of nutrition is absent in animal kingdom. False. 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 Whittaker gave 5 kingdom classification in dash year. 1969. 1969. 1969. Criteria used by Whittaker for classification were cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. Cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. Cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, and phylogenetic relationship. Earlier, Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra were placed together under algae. 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 Kingdom dash has brought together dash and dash having cell wall with dash and dash lacking cell wall. Protista, Chlamydomonas, and Chlorella, Paramecium, and Amoeba. Protista, Chlamydomonas, and Chlorella having cell wall, and Paramecium and Amoeba that lacking cell wall. Protista, Kingdom Protista has brought together Chlamydomonas and Chlorella having cell wall, and Paramecium and Amoeba lacking cell wall. Phylogenetic means based on evolutionary relationship. Based on evolutionary relationship. based on evolutionary relationship. Identify the bacteria of different shape A, B and C, D in diagram 1. Label X and Y. Diagram A. Diagram 1 A. Cocci, B. Bacilli, C. Spirella, D. Vibrio, X. Spore, Y. Flagellum. Dash are the sole members of kingdom Monera. Bacteria, bacteria, bacteria. Bacteria are the most abundant microorganisms. True, true, true. Bacteria are cosmopolitan. True, true, true. 4 categories based on shape. Cocci, Bacillus, Vibrio, Spirillum. Cocci, Bacillus, Vibrio, Spirillum. Cocci, Bacillus, Vibrio, Spirillum. Bacterial structure is very complex if they are very simpler in behavior. False. Bacterial structure is very simple if they are very complex in behavior. False. False. Dash show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Bacteria. 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 Bacteria are exclusively heterotrophs. False. Mostly bacteria are heterotroph but not all. False. Mostly bacteria are heterotroph but not all. False. Mostly bacteria are heterotroph but not all. Dash bacteria live in some of the most harsh habitats. Archaebacteria. 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 Name the 3 divisions of Archaebacteria and their habitat. Halophiles, extremely salty areas. Thermoacidophiles, hot springs and methanogens, marshy areas. Halophiles, extreme salty areas. Thermoacidophiles, hot springs, methanogens, marshy areas. Halophiles, extremely salty areas. Thermoacidophiles, hot springs, methanogens, marshy areas. Archaebacteria differs from others by having different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, phytenyl side chains. Different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, that is phytenyl side chains. Different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, phytenyl side chains. The reason for the survival of Archaebacteria in extreme condition is different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, phytenyl side chains, and also absence of peptidoglycan. Different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, and also absence of peptidoglycan. Different cell wall structure, branched chain lipids, and also absence of peptidoglycan. Dash are present in the gut of ruminants. Methanogens, methanogens, methanogens. Methanogens are chemoautotrophs or chemoheterotrophs. Chemoautotrophs, chemoautotrophs, chemoautotrophs. Identify the filamentous blue-green algae shown in diagram 2, label A and B. And this is nostoc, A heterocyst, B mucilagynous sheath. A heterocyst, B mucilagynous sheath. Nostoc, A heterocyst, B mucilagynous sheath. This is nostoc, A heterocyst and B mucilagynous sheath. Eubacteria have rigid cell wall. True, true, true. Eubacteria, if motile, contains cilia. False, it contains flagella. False, it contains flagella. False, it contains flagella. Cyanobacteria is also called dash and have dash type of chlorophyll. Blue-green algae, chlorophyll A. Blue-green algae, chlorophyll A. Blue-green algae, chlorophyll A. Cyanobacteria chlorophyll is similar to green plants. Green plants. Green plants. Cyanobacteria are chemosynthetic autotroph. False. Photosynthetic autotroph. False. Photosynthetic autotroph. False. Photosynthetic autotroph. Cyanobacteria can be freshwater, marine, or terrestrial. True. 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 Cyanobacteria can't be filamentous. False. It's it is filamentous. False. It is filamentous. False. It is filamentous. Cyanobacteria can be colonial. True. 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 The colonies of cyanobacteria are surrounded by gelatinous sheath. Gelatinous sheath. Gelatinous sheath. They form dash in polluted water. Blooms. 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 Some can fix atmospheric nitrogen in specialized cells called heterocyst. 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 Example of bacteria containing heterocyst are Anabina nostoc. Anabina nostoc. Anabina nostoc. Dash bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances such as dash 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 for energy. Chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances such as nitrates, nitrites, ammonia for energy. Chemosynthetic autotrophs, nitrates, nitrates, ammonia. Chemosynthetic autotrophs, nitrates, nitrates, ammonia. Chemoautotrophs play a great role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur. Nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur. Nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur. Majority heterotrophic bacteria are important dash decomposes. 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 Dash bacteria are most abundant in nature. Heterotrophic. 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 Nostoc is a filamentous or unicellular cyanobacteria. Filamentous. 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 Tell two uses of heterotrophic bacteria. Making curd from milk, production of antibiotics. Making curd from milk, production of antibiotics. Making curd from milk, production of antibiotics. Heterotrophic bacteria do not fix nitrogen roots. False. They do fixation in legume roots. False. They do fixation in legume roots. False. They do fixation in legume roots. Name the 4 well-known diseases caused by bacteria and their causative agent. Cholera, Vibrio cholerae, typhoid, Salmonella typhi, tetanus, Clostridium tetani, citrus canker, Xanthomonas citri. Cholera, Vibrio cholerae, typhoid, Salmonella typhi, tetanus, Clostridium tetani, citrus canker, Xanthomonas citri. Cholera, Vibrio cholerae, typhoid, Salmonella typhi, tetanus, Clostridium tetani, citrus canker, Xanthomonas citri. A dividing bacterium is shown in diagram 3, label A, B and C. Diagram 3, A cell wall, B cell membrane, C DNA. A cell wall, B cell membrane, C DNA. Bacteria produce spores in favorable condition. False. In unfavorable condition it produces spores. False. In unfavorable conditions bacteria produce spores. False. In unfavorable condition bacteria produce spores. In bacteria dash a primitive type of sexual reproduction is also present. True. 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 3 ways through which bacteria reproduce: fission, spore formation, sexual reproduction. Fission, spore formation, sexual reproduction. Fission, spore formation, sexual reproduction. 3 ways through which bacteria do sexual reproduction: transformation, conjugation, transduction. Transformation, conjugation, transduction. Transformation, conjugation, transduction. Dash completely lacks cell wall. Mycoplasma. 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 Mycoplasma cannot survive without oxygen. False. They can survive without oxygen. False. Can survive. False. Can survive. Dash are the smallest living organisms. Mycoplasma. 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 Mycoplasma are never pathogenic. False. Pathogenic in both plants and animals. False. Pathogenic in both plants and animals. False. Pathogenic in both plants and animals. All dash are placed under protista. Single-celled eukaryotes. single-celled eukaryotes. Groups under protista: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Members of protistas primarily aquatic. This kingdom forms a link with other kingdoms. True. Protistians only have cilia and no flagella. False. Both cilia and flagella. False. Both cilia and flagella. False. Protista have both cilia and flagella. Protista only reproduces sexually. False. Both sexually and asexually. False. Both sexually and asexually. False. Both sexually and asexually. Diagram 4A. Identify the different protists shown in diagram 4A, B, C, and D. Diagram 4A. This is dinoflagellates. B. Euglena. C. Slime molds. D. Paramecium. A. Dinoflagellates. B. Euglena. C. Slime mold. D. Paramecium. Dinoflagellates, Euglena, slime molds, Paramecium. This group include dash and dash. Chrysophytes. Chrysophytes includes dash and dash. Diatoms and golden algae. Desmids. Diatoms and golden algae. Desmids. Diatoms and golden algae. Desmids. They are found only in marine water. False. Freshwater also. False. Freshwater also. False. Freshwater also. They are microscopic and are planktons. True. Water planktons. Those who float passively in water currents. Those who float passively in water currents. Those who float passively in water currents. Most of the chrysophytes are not photosynthetic. False. Most of the chrysophytes are photosynthetic. False. Most are photosynthetic. False. Most are photosynthetic. The cell wall form two thick or thin overlapping shells which fit together as in a dash in chrysophytes. Thin soapbox. The walls are embedded with dash and thus the walls are destructible or indestructible. The walls are embedded with silica and thus the walls are indestructible. Silica indestructible. What is diatomaceous earth? Cell wall deposits of diatoms. Diatomaceous earth is used in polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. Dash are chief producers of oceans. Diatoms. Dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates are mostly marine or freshwater, and photosynthetic or chemosynthetic. Marine photosynthetic. Dinoflagellates appear of 5 color which are yellow, green, brown, blue, red. RGB by red, green, blue, brown, yellow. The cell wall has dash in the outer surface. Stiff cellulosic plates. They have two cilia. False. Dinoflagellates have two flagella. False. Two flagella. Both the flagella in dinoflagellates are perpendicular to each other. True. Red dinoflagellates example: Goniolax, Goniolax, Goniolax. Red tides occur due to rapid multiplication of red dinoflagellates. Rapid multiplication of red dinoflagellates. Rapid multiplication of red dinoflagellates. Red tides are good for marine fishes. False. They kill them. False. They kill them. False. They kill them. Majority of them are euglenoids. Majority of euglenoids are marine or freshwater. Fresh. 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 Euglenoids are found in stagnant water. True. 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 Flexible body of euglenoids is due to pellicle. 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 Instead of cell wall, they have dash which is rich in pellicle protein. Pellicle protein. Pellicle protein. Euglenoids have a flexible body. True. 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 Euglenoids have one single long flagella. False. Two flagella, one short and one long. False. Two flagella, one short, one long. False. Two flagella, one short, one long. Pigments of euglenoids are identical to those present in higher plants. Higher plants. Higher plants. They are permanent autotrophs. False. They are photosynthetic in presence of sunlight. In absence of sunlight, they behave as heterotroph. False. They are photosynthetic in presence of sunlight. In absence of sunlight, they behave as heterotroph. False. They are photosynthetic in presence of sunlight. In absence of sunlight, they behave as heterotroph. Example of euglenoids. Euglena. 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 Slime molds. Slime molds are autotrophic or saprophytic protist. Saprophytic. 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 The body moves along decaying twigs and leaves engulfing inorganic material. False. Engulfing organic material. False. Engulfing organic material. False. Engulfing organic material. Under suitable or unsuitable condition, they form aggregation called plasmodium. Suitable plasmodium. Suitable plasmodium. Plasmodium may spread over several feet. True. 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 During favorable condition, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. False. During unfavorable condition, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. False. Unfavorable. False. Unfavorable. The spore possesses true or false walls. True. False. True walls. True walls. True walls. The spores are dispersed by air current. Air current. Air currents. Protozoans. All protozoans are autotrophic or heterotrophic. Heterotrophs. 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 Protozoans live as a dash or dash. Predators or parasites. Predators or parasites. Predators or parasites. Dash are believed to be primitive relatives of animals. Protozoans. 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 Four major groups of protozoans are amoeboid, flagellated, ciliated, and sporozoans. Amoeboid, flagellated, ciliated, and sporozoans. Amoeboid, ciliated, flagellated, and sporozoans. Habitat of amoeboid protozoans: freshwater, seawater, or moist soil. Freshwater, seawater, or moist soil. Freshwater, seawater, or moist soil. They capture their prey by putting out pseudopodia. Putting out pseudopodia. Putting out pseudopodia. Marine form of amoeboid protists have dash cells on their surface. Silica. 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 Example of amoeboid protist: amoeba, entamoeba. Amoeba, entamoeba. Amoeba, entamoeba. Example of amoeboid parasite: entamoeba. 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 Habitat of flagellated protozoans: free living or parasitic. Free living or parasitic. Free living or parasitic. Habitat of flagellated protozoans is free living or parasitic. Flagellated protozoans, example 1, and the disease it causes: trypanosoma, sleeping sickness. Trypanosoma, sleeping sickness. Trypanosoma, sleeping sickness. Ciliated protozoans have a cavity called gullet. 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 Gullet opens inside the cell surface. False. Outside the cell surface. False. Outside the cell surface. False. Outside the cell surface. Example, paramecium. 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 Sporozoans have an infectious spore-like stage. True. 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 Sporozoans example 1 and the disease it causes. Plasmodium malaria. Plasmodium malaria. Plasmodium malaria. Kingdom fungi. All fungi are heterotrophs. True. 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 White spots seen on dash leaves are due to parasitic fungus. Mustard. 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 Dash fungus is used to make bread and beer. Yeast. 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 Wheat rust is caused by Puccinia. 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 Fungus which is a source of antibiotic is Penicillium. 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 Fungi are cosmopolitan. True. 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 The kingdom only contains multicellular organisms. False. It have unicellular organism like yeast. False. It have unicellular organism like yeast. False. It have unicellular organism like yeast. Their body contain long dash-like structures called slender thread-like structure called hyphae. Slender thread-like structure called hyphae. Slender thread-like structure called hyphae. The network of hyphae is called mycelium. 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 What are cynocytic hyphae? Hyphae are continuous tubes filled with multinucleated cytoplasm. Hyphae are continuous tubes filled with multinucleated cytoplasm. Hyphae are continuous tubes filled with multinucleated cytoplasm. The cell wall is composed of dash and dash. Chitin and polysaccharide. Chitin and polysaccharide. Chitin and polysaccharide. Fungi absorb soluble inorganic matter from dead substrates. False. Absorb soluble organic matter. False. Absorb soluble organic matter. False. Absorb soluble organic matter. Fungi can also be parasitic. True. 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 Symbiote fungi example lichen mycorrhiza. Lichen mycorrhiza. Lichen mycorrhiza. Fungal association with higher plant is called mycorrhiza. 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 Fungal association with algae is called lichens. 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 Reproduction by vegetative means is by fragmentation, fission and budding. Fragmentation, fission and budding. Fragmentation, fission and budding. Asexual reproduction is by spores called dash or dash or dash. Conidia, sporangiospore or zoospore. Conidia or sporangiospore or zoospore. Conidia or sporangiospore or zoospore. Sexual reproduction by oospore, ascospore and basidiospore. Oospore, ascospore and basidiospore. Oospore, ascospore and basidiospore. The spores are produced in fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies. Sexual cycle involves 3 steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy, meiosis. Plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Meiosis in zygote result in diploid spores. False. Applet spores. False. Applet spores. False. Applet spores. Fusion of nuclei is called karyogamy. 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 Fusion of protoplasm is called plasmogamy. 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 Dichorophase is present in Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes. Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes. Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes. In dichorion cell, 2n condition is present. False. N plus n condition is seen, that is nuclei is not fused. False. N plus n condition is seen, that is nuclei is not fused. False. N plus n condition is seen, that is nuclei is not fused. Basis of division of kingdom fungi is morphology of mycelium, mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. Morphology of mycelium, mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. Morphology of mycelium, mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. Identify the different fungi shown in diagram 5 A, B and C. Diagram 5 A, this is mucor. B, Aspergillus C. agaricus, Mucor Aspergillus agaricus, Mucor Aspergillus agaricus. Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes can be obligate parasites on plants. False. They can be. False. They can be. False. They can be. Mycelium is aseptate or septate. Aseptate. 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 Mycelium is inocytic. True. 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 Asexual reproduction by zoospore, motile or aplanospore, non-motile. Zoospore if motile or aplanospore, non-motile. Zoospore if motile or aplanospore, non-motile. These spores are exogenously produced in dash. Endogenously produced in sporangium. Endogenously produced in sporangium. Endogenously produced in sporangium. A dash is formed with fusion of two gametes. Zygospore. 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 Gametes are of three types: isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous. Isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous. Isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous. Oogamous. Example: Phycomycetes. Example: Mucor albigorhizopus. Mucor albigorhizopus. Mucor albigorhizopus. Bread mold is called mucor. False. It is rhizopus. False. Bread mold is rhizopus. False. Bread mold is rhizopus. Dash is a parasitic fungi and mustard. Albugo. 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 Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes is commonly known as sac fungi. Sac fungi. Sac fungi. Yeast scientific name is Saccharomyces. 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 Modes of nutrition seen are saprophytic, decomposes, parasitic, or coprophilous. Saprophytic decomposes, parasitic, or coprophilous. Saprophytic decomposes, parasitic, or coprophilous. Coprophilous means growing on dung. Growing on dung. Growing on dung. Mycelium branched or unbranched and septate or reseptate. Branched septate. Branched septate. Branched septate. Asexual spore are conidia. 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 Conidia are produced endo or exogenously on special mycelium called exogenously conidiophores. Exogenously conidiophores. Exogenously conidiophores. Conidia on germination produce dash. Mycelium. 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 Sexual spore are called dash and produced endo or exogenously. Ascospore endogenously. Ascospore endogenously. Ascospore endogenously. Sexual spore produced in dash which are dash like. Sexual spore are produced in asci which are sac like. Sexual spore produced in asci which are sac like. Sexual spore produced in asci which are sac like. These asci are arranged in different types of fruiting bodies called ascocarps. 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 Example: Aspergillus. Example of Ascomycetes. Aspergillus claviceps neurospora. Aspergillus claviceps neurospora. Aspergillus claviceps neurospora. Dash is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work. Neurospora. 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 Dash and dash are edible and are considered delicacies. Morels and truffles. Morels and truffles. Morels and truffles. Basidiomycetes. Commonly known forms are dash, dash, or dash. Mushrooms, bracket fungi, and puffballs. Mushrooms, bracket fungi, and puffballs. Mushrooms, bracket fungi, and puffballs. Example of parasitic basidiomycetes: rust and smuts. Rust and smuts. Rust and smuts. Rust and smuts. Mycelium, branched or unbranched, and septate or aseptate. Branched and septate. Branched and septate. Branched and septate. Asexual spores are generally found. False. Asexual spore absent. Asexual spore absent. Asexual spore absent. Vegetative reproduction by dash is common. Fragmentation is common. Fragmentation is common. Fragmentation is common. Sex organs are present. False. Absent. False. Absent. False. Absent. Sexual reproduction is present. True. 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 Plasmogamy occur through somatic fusion. Somatic fusion. Somatic fusion. The resultant structure is dash, which ultimately give rise to the resultant structure is dikaryotic, which ultimately give rise to basidium. Dikaryotic basidium. Dikaryotic basidium. Karyogamy and meiosis occur in basidium. 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 Basidius spores are endogenously or exogenously produced on dash. Exogenously on basidium. Exogenously on basidium. Exogenously on basidium. Basidia are arranged in 14 bodies called basidiocarps. 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 Example of basidiomycetes: Agaricus is mushroom, Mustilago smut, Puccinia arrest fungus. Agaricus mushroom, Mustilago smut, Puccinia arrest fungus. Agaricus mushroom, Mustilago smut, and Puccinia arrest fungus. Deuteromycetes are commonly known as imperfect fungi. Imperfect fungi. Imperfect fungi. When the sexual form of these fungi are discovered, they were moved into classes they belong to. When the sexual form of these fungi are discovered, they were moved into classes they belong to. True. 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 They are imperfect fungi because sexual phase not present. Sexual phase not present. Sexual phase not present. Reproduce by spore called conidia. 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 Mycelium is septate or aseptate and unbranched or branched. Septate unbranched. Septate unbranched. Septate unbranched. Mode of nutrition is saprophytes, parasitic, decomposers of litter. Saprophytes, parasitic, decomposers of litter. Saprophytes, parasitic, and decomposers of litter. They help in mineral cycling. True. 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 Example of Deuteromycetes: Alternaria colatotrichum trichoderma. Alternaria colatotrichum trichoderma. Alternaria colatotrichum trichoderma. Kingdom Plantae and Animalia. Example of insectivorous plant: bladderwort, Venus flytrap. Bladderwort, Venus flytrap. Bladderwort, Venus flytrap. Example of parasitic plant: Cuscuta. 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 Animal stores food as dash or dash: glycogen or fat. Glycogen or fat. Glycogen or fat. Mode of nutrition in animals is holozoic. 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 All plants are eukaryotic, chlorophyll containing organisms. False. Parasitic plants like Cuscuta lose their chlorophyll. False. Parasitic plants like Cuscuta lose their chlorophyll. False. Parasitic plants like Cuscuta lose their chlorophyll. Viruses, viroids, prions, and lichens. Identify the virus X and Y shown in diagram 6. Label A to F. X is tobacco mosaic virus and Y is bacteriophage. A is RNA, B is capsid, C is head, D is collar, E is sheath, F is tail fibers. A is tobacco mosaic virus, B is bacteriophage, A RNA, B capsid, C is head, D is collar, E is sheath, F is tail fibers. A is tobacco mosaic virus, B is X is tobacco mosaic virus, Y is bacteriophage, A is RNA, B is capsid, C is head, D is collar, E is sheath, and F is tail fibers. In the vector classification, it didn't include dash organisms, acellular organisms, acellular organisms, acellular organisms. Viruses have dash structure outside the living cell. Inert crystalline structure, inert crystalline structure, inert crystalline structure. Virus means dash or dash. Venom, poisonous fluid. Venom, poisonous fluid. Venom, poisonous fluid. Dash gave virus its name. DJ Ivanovsky, DJ Ivanovsky, DJ Ivanovsky. Dash recognized in air dash certain microbes as casual agents of mosaic disease of tobacco. DJ Ivanovsky in 1892. DJ Ivanovsky in 1892. DJ Ivanovsky in 1892. Dash saw that extract from infected plants of dash cause infection in healthy plants, hence called the fluid dash in air dash. M.W. Bergenic tobacco M.W. Bergenic saw that the extract from infected plants of tobacco cause infection in healthy plants, hence called the fluid Contagium vivum fluidum in year 1898. M.W. Bergenic tobacco Contagium vivum fluidum 1898. M.W. Bergenic tobacco plant Contagium vivum fluidum in 1898. In dash in year dash showed that the viruses could be crystallized. W.M. Stanley in 1935. W.M. Stanley in 1935. W.M. Stanley in 1935. Virus crystal consists largely of proteins. 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 Viruses are not obligate parasite. They can be helpful too. False. They are obligate parasite. False. They are obligate parasite. False. They are obligate parasite. Virus can be obtained both RNA and DNA. False. Not both. Only one of them. False. Not both. Only one of them. False. Not both. Only one of them. A virus is in short a nucleoprotein. 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 Virus infecting plant have dash genetic material. Single stranded RNA. Single stranded RNA. Single stranded RNA. Virus infecting animals have genetic material. Single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Bacteriophages means virus that infect bacteria. Virus that infect bacteria. Virus that infect bacteria. Genetic material of bacteriophages is usually double stranded DNA, double stranded DNA, double stranded DNA. The protein coat is made up of dash capsomeres, capsomeres, capsomeres. These capsomeres are arranged in dash or dash geometric forms, helical or polyhedral, helical or polyhedral, helical or polyhedral. Capsomere function: protect the nucleic acid, protect the nucleic acid, protect the nucleic acid. Viral diseases in humans: example, mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. AIDS. Mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. AIDS. Mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. AIDS. In plants, viral diseases are mosaic formation, leaf rolling, uncurling, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing and stunted growth. Mosaic formation, leaf rolling and curling, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing and stunted growth. Mosaic formation, leaf rolling and curling, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing and stunted growth. Viruses were discovered by dash in year dash T.O. Diner in 1971. T.O. Diner in 1971. T.O. Diner in 1971. Viruses are bigger than virus. False. Smaller than virus. False. Smaller than virus. False. Viruses are smaller than virus. It is a free RNA or DNA. RNA. 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 It lacks a protein coat. True. 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 Viruses cause potato spindle tuber disease. Potato spindle tuber disease. Potato spindle tuber disease. The RNA of viral was of high molecular weight. False. Low molecular weight. False. Low molecular weight. False. Low molecular weight. Dash are misfolded proteins. Prions. 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 Prions cause dash in cattle and its analogous variant in dash in humans. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy (BSE), commonly called mad cow disease in cattle, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy (BSE), commonly called mad cow disease in cattle, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy (BSE), commonly called mad cow disease in cattle, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans. Algal component of lichen is called dash, and fungal is called dash. Algal component is phycobiont and fungal component is mycobiont. Phycobiont and mycobiont. Phycobiont and mycobiont. Function of algal and fungal component respectively are: algae prepare food for fungi, and fungi provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrients and water. Algae prepare food for fungi, and fungi provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrients and water. Algae prepare food for fungi, and fungi provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrients and water. Lichen are very good indicators of dash. They don't grow in. Lichens are very good indicators of pollution. They don't grow in polluted areas. Pollution, polluted areas. Irreless classification is based on uses of organisms. Uses of organisms. Uses of organisms. Organisms of kingdom Monera don't have cell organelles. False. Only one cell organelle, that is ribosome. False. Have only one cell organelle, that is ribosome. False. Have only one cell organelle, that is ribosomes. Dash kingdom classification was used for a long time. Two kingdom classification. Two kingdom classification. Two kingdom classification. Six kingdom classification gave dash domains of life, which were 3. Archaea, bacteria, eukarya. Kingdom classification gave dash domains of life, which were 3. Archaea, bacteria, eukarya. 3. Archaea, bacteria, eukarya. In proteus, cell fusion and zygote formation occur. True. 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 Euglena has pigment identical to plants. True. 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 With the exception of yeast, fungi are filamentous. True. 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 Filamentous forms of cyanobacteria are surrounded by mucilaginous sheath. Mucilaginous sheath. Mucilaginous sheath.